We've been following the Euro USD fiber for a while now, and all I can say is the saga continues, right? Now, working our way from the daily down to probably 1 hour, multi-time frame analysis approach from the higher time frames to find out what is happening and to formulate directional bias. And this is obviously a very key and important way to go. Now, before I continue with the technicals of what we have in front of us, it's always a good practice to check the calendar, check the Forest Factory for the news, know what is coming out based on either for euro or the US dollar. And I'm going to leave that as a little assignment for you. Most times we say first thing to do, check the calendar, check the calendar. The reason why we say check the calendar is so that you are not surprised of the high impact news, the forecasted high impact news. We could easily have breaking news as well. A lot of things are happening in the world. Uh, Looks like it might be getting a bit crazier, especially with the wars happening here and there with Israel and now Iran and so on. But that aside, whatever is happening in the world, we will still see it on our chart. It will still be pretty much visible on our chart based on the reaction. So always ensure that based on seeing is believing, consult your charts, but then also take advantage of the forecasted high impact news so that you are not caught off guard. Okay, so we have these levels here, and as of last week, we're actually looking for price. Last week, 2 weeks, a few weeks ago, we're looking for this area here and also this area here to act as a form of resistance, right? Where we talked about like the QM or H and S head and shoulders pattern around here. But you can see that price reacted here a bit, it dropped, came back, messed around there, and then pushed up back to where it pushed up back to the highs of this year. So you can see that it has gotten back to the highs and it poked above the highs. Don't forget, this is the daily time frame. So it poked above the highs over here. Now, what does this mean over here? This poke above over here. This simply means that yes, indeed, we have people selling here. For this year, 2025, Euro USD has been bullish without a doubt. And of course, we've been having it form some form of pullbacks here and there. And I always say, always look at the market from different perspective. Like if you are trading using Fibonacci retracement, I'm sure you would probably like to throw in your fibs from the highs to the lows. Let me just throw that in real quick so that you see what I'm talking about exactly. Throw your Fibonacci from the lows to the highs, rather, from the lows here all the way to the highs here. And you see that in order for you to get tangible trade entry, you're looking for 38.2. I took out 23.6. It's not as strong for me compared to 38.2, 50, and 61.8. These are the three major ones that I look out for. 38.2, 50, and then 61.8. And you see that the last time we had a major pullback, it hit 38.2 and then pushed higher. But for some reason, I'm still expecting a deeper pullback, probably to an area of confluence where we have this 1.0950 and the 50 Fibonacci retracement mark level. I'm still expecting a pullback. Now, one thing we also need to consider when you're looking at price, when you're conducting your analysis is as price has gotten to a particular area of resistance over here, the question now is it going to break or is it going to bounce? If it breaks, then wait for a pullback here and then look for entry here to push higher. Now, if it's going to break in this area where it is, then look for clues. These clues that we're talking about. Now, you could take this as a signal, but please make sure if you're going to be trading based on what we're going to be talking about now, that your risk management is good to go. You understand that appropriately. And if you don't know how to calculate your risk management, reach out. I'll put the link where you can reach out to me in the description below. So what we could do now, based on what is happening here and you're expecting a bounce, we could always drop down to the next lower time frame. You can see that we took our time to talk about the daily time frame. As simple, or rather as easy as it is on the eyes, where price is on the double top over here, we need to also investigate further. And then dropping down to 4 hours time frame, look at what we have here. We have a triangle pattern here, and we should already know triangle patterns. If you don't, once again, you can reach out. Let's see how we can help you out. Triangle patterns, I'll just draw something here to explain triangle patterns. Triangle patterns in this manner, especially if price has been pushing higher. It states that price could more or less push higher, but then it should test the broken trend line and then push higher. Or if it's going to push lower, break out of this lower trend line, come back and retest it and then drop further. So either way, we're looking for a break and retest for this point over here. So if it's going to push higher, you're looking for something in this manner. It's going to push lower, you're looking for something in this manner as well, right? And don't forget, for me, my directional bias on this is down. I would love to really get entries around here and then hold it up to 1.0950. Remember this area, it confluences with the 50 Fibonacci retracement that we talked about earlier, right? As we're talking about these things, Fibonacci, this one, that one, you could always duplicate this chart on your own system. Draw the Fibonacci as we did, put these levels, look at the numbers there, put them, and then keep an eye on your charts. You'll be amazed how price reacts at the end of the day. And trust me, you do this, you'll see improvement. Now, based on what we have over here, now you can see that we're looking for something in this area. This is our area of interest now, and we're looking for possible sell positions. Now, I will do something again. I will drop down one more time frame to 1 hour. Now, looking at the 1 hour, this is what we had earlier. I love this. This happened last week, by the way, and we had another retest. Now, is the price, you can see it's already doing a curve to the upside. Is it going to get back here and then look for shorts to take it down? Or is it going to get back to this area where we had that double top? Don't forget, we're calling it an area and not a price point. So whatever the case may be, this whole area here, right, is of interest. I could do something again for you. I could put Fibonacci retracement tool, and you're going to see how I'm going to draw it. I'm going to draw it from this point here, from these highs here, to this lows over here. Why? Because I'm expecting a pullback. You can see it is almost around 38.2, which confluences with that double top here, or 61.8 here, which more or less confluences with this area here that has reacted here as resistance, or you could call this supply, and it could come back here and act as supply again and then drop further down. So for me, I am personally going to be looking out for possible entry around here or around here. You're welcome to join me in doing the same. But don't forget, your risk management has to be in proper proportion based on your risk to reward ratio, and then your stop loss, meaning that you are either risking 1% or 2%. You know what you're risking, and it's not something that if it happens to be a loss, it's going to make you to cry. Because trust me, we could get an entry here and it's a loss and it pushes higher here, and this one is the one that actually works. That's why your risk management has to be in the right proportion. Now, this is the 1 hour. You can see that we took our time to drop down from the daily to 4 hours and then the hourly time frame. If you want, it's up to you. If you want, I will probably just skip 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and maybe go to 5 minutes. Why 5 minutes? 5 minutes simply because that is the area where we have scalpers. The ultimate trader, I'm going to say this before rounding up this video. The ultimate trader is one that can enter a trade as a scalp and then hold it as like a swing or position trade. Imagine being able to place a trade somewhere in this area, 38.250 or 61.8, and then you have like a 10 pip stop loss. You have like a 10 pip stop loss, and it's heading down all the way to that 1.0950, 1.0950. Just looking at it, that might probably be 700 pips. Yes, 700 pips. That is where price is now, around 1.1500. Well, let's just say 1.15. That is 500 pips. And then 150 pips, 50. Well, about 600 to 700 pips thereabout. Right? Don't let me confuse you with that calculation. But then you are entering at a discounted price based on the 5 minute time frame. Your stop loss is small, and then your take profit is massive. Now, these are the kind of trades that you need to look out for. Set your price alert. If you do not set the price alert, you can right click anywhere on that chart, right click, and then go to trading, set your alert over there. You see this arrow here, you can adjust it anyhow that you want. You can even set another price alert just in case you're slipping, depending on where you are in the world. Leave your system on. Once price gets there, it beeps, it alerts you, you wake up, you check on it, you have your entry trigger. Your entry trigger is also something very, very important. Because I'm trying to round up this video now, at a later time, we'll talk about entry triggers in terms of the candlestick formations, even chart patterns, or whatever the case might be for you to pull that trigger, right? Very key, very, very important. So as we're rounding up now, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching from the beginning to the end. This is more or less educational and also as a sort of signal, right? Because this is live, and that's why it's always good for you to tune in to this channel, watch the videos on time, and then take advantage. And if you have any questions, you need any assistance, you need training, you need signals, whatever the case may be, reach out. Let's see what we can do. You need mentorship, and then whatever the case is, we'll see how we can help you. Pay attention to this chat. I'll try to do an update of how things unfold and the kind of stop loss, like 10 pips or 15 pips or whatever, depending on the price action in this area. And of course, to take profit, risk to reward ratio. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch you on the next one. Have any questions, use the comment section below. Don't forget, if you're interested in mentorship, reach out. If you're interested in a course, we have a course for beginners that will give you a brush up on all of these things. Reach out as well, and let's see what we can do for you. Okay, thank you and goodbye for now.